This is how it sounded on 92.9 The Game, the Falcons radio network.
Here's Mooney in motion with Cousins, and they're going to gun it, and it's caught. Daryl Hodge, 35, 30,
Take it, baby.
20, 15, 10, 5, drive home safely. Oh, my goodness.
Welcome to the game, Daryl. Are you serious?
A walk-off for Daryl Hodge and the Falcons. 45 yards. Kirk Cousins hit him right in the seam.
Cousins ends up with 509 yards passing, 4 touchdowns as the Falcons rallied to beat the Buccaneers. Now, prior to that, if you were watching the Mets and the Brewers, and it sounded like this.
The pitch. Swing and a ball drilled. Right field. Freelick back. At the wall. Out of here! It's out of here! Alonso, an opposite field home run, and the Mets had the lead. Pete Alonso, the polar bear, takes Devin Williams deep. And here in the ninth, the comeback kids have done it again.
And I'm watching the game, and you could see the Brewers fans were up on their feet, almost like a ceremonial. All righty, we're applauding because we're moving on. We're going into the next. Here's the great Bob Uecker after the loss.
Well, New York down. They did it, and the crew will have it end here tonight.
Really a crushing end to what was a fabulous season for the Milwaukee Brewers.
I'm telling you, that one had some sting on it.
So Bob Uecker, WTMJ. Full disclosure, I was nearly sending a message, a congratulatory message to Bob Uecker. Nearly. And I thought, no, you can't do that. You can't do that till the final out. And I was just going to say, hey, congrats. I hope to have you on the show. Good luck next round. And I didn't send it.
That would have haunted you.
Yes.
That would have been bad. I mean, it's bad enough, but that would have been announcer jinx to another announcer who's announcing the game. And then Pete Alonso goes yard. It was fun. I love these opening series. I thought they were wonderful. There was tension, excitement. You want that. You want drama. It's all about October. Baseball's about October, and you want that. And you got it with a lot of these series and some surprises as well. Now we move on to the next round. Once again, it's a good kind of tire. All righty. Poll question today, Todd. I see you sent me about 7 of them so far.
We have a number of them where we were going to roll out with for hour one, a polling special. Who had a better night? Pete Alonso of the Mets, Kirk Cousins of the Falcons, or the field? Is there someone that somehow had a better night than Alonso or Cousins?
Well, I think it should just be those two. I don't think anybody else is up there on that level. I would say Alonso because it's the postseason and it moves you to the next round. It's New York. They'll talk about this for the rest of his life, rest of his career. He's set to be a free agent. That could have been his final at bat if he made an out or they didn't advance. So I would say Pete Alonso, that's where you go down in the history books. I mean, Kirk Cousins, you know what's weird? I'm watching the game and I'm thinking Kirk Cousins has had to prove himself for probably 15 years, 16 years. If I go back to college, it feels like every game, every year, we go, I don't know. When he was at Michigan State, and he put up really good numbers, but he was overshadowed in the Big Ten. And then he gets drafted in the 4th round by Washington, and they take RG3. And then all of a sudden he gets his opportunity, gets franchise tagged a couple of times. Then he gets the first guaranteed contract, everything guaranteed. He goes, to Minnesota. They almost, he's always proving himself. It's weird that I think he's going to end his career, and we're still not going to be too sure how to define his career. But I call him, he's Mr. Primetime now. He did it when he needed to do it, throws for 500 yards. But I can't think of somebody else who has to prove themselves almost. Now, Baker Mayfield could get into that category the rest of his career where you're going, okay, all right. But he was the number 1 overall draft pick. Kirk Cousins with a 4th-round draft pick. But it feels like he has to prove himself every year. Yes, Todd.
What do you consider throwing a lot for a quarterback in a game? What would be your magic number of like, whoa, that's a lot of passes?
I would say upwards of 45.
So 58 last night would be very high.
Yes, it would, Todd, because if 45 was,
That would be 13
then
more.
13
I think it'd be
more.
13
I just
more than
checked
that.
58's a lot.
Check that. Check the math.
That's
on
like
that.
2 away from 60 passes.
Yes, it is.
If you think about it.
Yes. 12 away from 70.
That's crazy.
Thank
That's
you.
a lot of passes.
All righty. When's the last time somebody threw 70 times in a game? Has that happened?
Somebody at Hawaii or Texas Tech.
No, NFL. Like, did Graham Harrell throw for 70 passes before?
Great poll.
Yeah.
Timmy Chang.
Timmy Chang.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Do you think anyone's done it in the NFL?
70. Yeah, I think somebody did.
Like Bledsoe? No, I'm checking.
Somebody, I think, threw 70 passes.
I
Yeah.
have not looked it up yet.
Oh,
My guess is Neil Lomax.
okay.
I don't know why that's in my head.
When he was with St. Louis.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're checking.
In college, Neil Lomax at Portland State probably did. Yes, Marvin.
Andre Ware.
Well, no, that would have been in college. Or David Klingler at Houston. Houston put the ball up
They did.
a ton. Yes, Paulie.
I have the answer. There's been, I'd say about 50 instances of someone having 60 or more attempts. There is one instance in NFL history of a quarterback attempting 70 passes.
I'm going to say Norm Van Brocklin.
Ooh. No, but
Is it in that era?
no, it's a retired guy, but he's played in the modern era.
Okay. Retired guy, 70 passes. Well known?
Yes, very, for multiple reasons. He's been on the show in the past calendar year.
Steve Young?
No.
They wouldn't have let him throw 70 times.
Barely let him play the first game.
Dan Marino?
Marino had, no, I don't even have Marino having 60.
Okay. All right.
Oh, Marino had 60 twice,
Okay.
but not in the upwards of. I'll give you some names that were above 65.
Okay.
Phil Rivers, Ben Roethlisberger, Brian Greasy, John Kitna through 68. Brian Greasy. John Kitna. Current quarterbacks active. Jared Goff had 68 attempts for the Rams a few years ago.
Okay.
And Mahomes had 68 for the Chiefs.
Okay.
Second all time, Vinny Testaverde, 69 attempts for the Jets. Number 1 all time, Drew Bledsoe, Patriots versus Vikings.
Oh, that was your.
That was my guess.
Yes. After you probably saw the list.
Probably cheated. I didn't cheat, but it feels like I did.
That feels like a McLovin.
Yes.
Hey, I'm going to say Drew Bledsoe. oh, you got it right.
I had to have seen it somewhere.
Yeah.